Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Adams Rite number 4901-01-630. This is their flat strike. They call it a box strike. And let's take a closer look at this. Okay, so this strike is non-handed, and it achieves that by this plastic insert, which I'm about to show you, because this unit has two hole preparations so that you can install it either way, but you'll need to blank one of those out. Remove the inside button when used with 4300 and 4900. This is obviously what you're going to use to blank the material off. You know, that'll get pushed in place. I don't want to push it in place because taking it out might alter the piece in such a way that it may not survive being pulled out. So you would just literally close that off with this unit. You'd install it either way that you needed to. This will come with a mounting bracket as well, which is very handy. And then it will come with all 4 screws that you would need to do that. So you would prep the jamb, you would snap your plastic dust box into place based on your application. The top and bottom hole is what you would use to secure the plate inside of the frame. And then of course your strike's going to mount to the 2 inner holes here and here. Get the concept of what that'll look like when it's all said and done. Okay, obviously you'll pull that decal off. So there are links below this video. Let's tackle the installation instructions first, and that document's handy because it's going to give you the dimensional properties of everything in terms of the hardware size, but also the prep in the frame as well. This has an overall height of 4 and 11/16 roughly. Pardon me, 4 and 5/8 roughly. It's going to have, they don't give a width of the item that I can easily see, but its overall width is about 1 inch and 7/8. Strikes, however, are really measured from the center line of the screw hole to the edge of the lip. So this would be a very typical strike in that it's about 1 1/4 inches. 1 1/4 inches, 1 5/16. That's a standard size for most applications. Anything longer than that would be certainly considered an extended lip strike, but between 1 1/4 and 1 1/8 is the standard for 1 3/4 thick doors with standard locks, such as this would be. Now this is called a flat strike, and that's because it's flat. You would use this when you had a square or beveled edge door, but a square edge door. If you had radiused aluminum storefront doors, you would want the 4901-02 that would give you a curved face strike. You would absolutely need that to have a proper installation. Now, that installation instructions show that curved strike. The preparation that they want in the frame appears to be 4 and 5/8 roughly tall, and roughly from the center line of the screw hole to the back side towards the stop face would be roughly 9/16, but then you're going to cut it out all the way to the face of the jamb and clear that back. They don't give that a dimension, but I would, oh they do, forgive me, 0.06, so 1/16 of an inch, really just for the thickness of this item. Okay. Importantly, it shows you where to locate the holes, 0.37 above, 0.37 below, to locate the holes for the screws. I don't know that that's 0.37 below. I'm imagining it's the same. Thickness of this plate, 0.048, 0.048. The important part is that you need to match the center line of the latch with the center line of the strike. So they're not giving you the vertical height to locate it at. And you'll want to basically, if you're doing a new installation and you've got the lock installed, measure the top of the door to the center of the latch bolt, or measure the top of the door to the top of the latch bolt, take the overall height of the latch bolt, and then add half of that latch bolt height to that dimension. Then when you transfer that information to the frame, add the gap at the top of the door to the underside of the header, which is probably 1/8 of an inch. And that would be your center line for this, to which you would then make all of your measurements on this. Prepping an aluminum frame would be really easy. You're just going to locate this. Obviously, however, this has a radiused corner, which is 1/4 inch. So if you're using a router with a 1/2 inch bit, you'd be in real good shape. If you're going to be doing this with a jigsaw, maybe stop short of that and clean that off by hand. Stop short and just give it a little bit of a radius. Stop here, and then clean off this, the outside corner that would be there. Center line of the latch is what's most important on this sort of installation. That installation instruction also shows the 4902 single hole strike, which may be a better match for you if you did not see the need to have 2 holes in your lock for your application. There's then also a link to a document called Template, which is really better called Product Brochure, and we'll probably rename that by the time you see this. The important information that's there is on the bottom of page 2, which gives you the part number to order this by. So what they're trying to say is you've got your part number, 4901, -01 for flat, -02 for square, 4902, the single hole strike, 01 for flat, 02 for square. Now, if you add a dash after that, now you're affecting the length of the strike plate itself, its lip length, which is measured from the center line to the lip. Now, we measured this as the standard long lip for center hung door, or for an offset hung door. If you had an unusual wall or frame or casing condition, you could need a longer strike. But certainly if you're going to have a center hung application, you would need one as well, because that door is stuck in the center of the frame, and the latch will definitely hit the frame before it hits the strike plate. And that's where you're going to determine what you need. But what they're telling you is go to the center line of the door to the outside face of the frame, and that's your A dimension. And then you will add the dash number for that. And they're going to go from everything from a 4.5 inch jam depth all the way up to a 9 inch jam depth. I'm taking that from the two, like if you're looking at the -03, the 2.25 jam, that's half of the jam really. So 4.5 inch would be the jam depth. So the point is it's very possible that you'll need a longer lip. And if they're not in the website with these longer lip lengths, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you with that. Okay, very common piece of hardware. This is going to be used on the 4500, 4700, 4900 series dead latches. Okay, you would use a different strike if you had a wood frame, which is the 4506. Let's take a look at that. The point with the wood frame is this mounting plate would not work with that. And they say for a steel frame as well. And the 4506 is really nothing other than an ANSI strike that's 4 7/8 tall. This would not be the best choice for a hollow metal frame, nor for a wood frame. You could force this to work if you had screws and the Moxie to go about cutting all of it, but you want to order the stuff that's intended for the proper installation. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Adams Rite products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, where you can review the entire product line. But also what's most helpful on that page is the link to the parts drawing that's called, there's a couple of them there, at least currently. One's called Better for Printing and Better for Viewing. I find Better for Printing to work better in any instance. The key of that is you can open that document and then search the document for, let's say, the lock that you're working on, and pull up the entire list of available parts for that assembly. I'm partial to Adams Rite not only because they have unique solutions that no one else has, you have to by default use them in some instances, but their technical support department is superb. Every time I contact them, I get a response every single time, because they have a complicated line of hardware that sometimes you need clarification on, and it's really helpful to be able to rely on a properly trained and responsive technical service department. So thank you, Adams Rite. Any questions on the 4901-01 in a 630 finish, and it is available in different colors. You can also do an anodized bronze as well, the 313 finish. Any other questions on this or any other Adams Rite product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.